Greetings, Japan fans! In today's show, we are going to be looking at leaders and the walking wounded. Maishu, arigatou gozaimasu, and welcome back to the 11th year of the Leadership Japan series. And I'm your host in Tokyo, Dr. Greg Story, Dale Carnegie Tokyo franchise owner, president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and three-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, which is Zaegyo in Japanese, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery. My new book, Stop Wasting Money on Training in Japanese, is Training de Okane o Muru ni suru no wa yamimashou. And all of my books are available on Amazon. This podcast brings insights, examples, and experience about leading in Japan. Trust me, it is different here. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn. Unlike many other hosting organizations, Libsyn have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on Apple Podcasts. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show podcast. Tuesday, the Presentation Japan series. And every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oishia Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcasto Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show podcast. Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Before we get going, today's handy Japanese phrase is Ichiro-san, onegai shimasu. This is when you're on the phone and you're wanting to speak to Ichiro-san. So I want to speak to Ichiro. Please pass me through to Ichiro. You just say, Ichiro-san, onegai shimasu. So the person picks up the phone, you say who you are, and then you say, Ichiro-san, onegai shimasu. I want to speak to Ichiro-san. So, may I speak to Ichiro-san? Ichiro-san, onegai shimasu. Ichiro-san, onegai shimasu. Ichiro-san, onegai shimasu. This is episode number 521. We are now moving into our 11th year of this podcast. And today we are talking about, as leaders, can we take in the walking wounded? 3 candidates in a row with mental health problems and related recruiting fees in the tens of thousands of dollars. Am I just unlucky, or is this a trend? Our first instinct as leaders will be to not recruit people who are broken, avoiding those who are suffering with mental health issues. We will worry they will just disappear into a fog of prolonged medical leave absence. We know we will foot the bills for the duration. The issue, though, is these candidates are often ninja-level masters of stealth, illusion, and obfuscation. The hidden problems don't reveal themselves until after they have passed probation. Many recruiting companies have nifty little clauses in their contracts. If the person isn't fired or resigns before the end of the first 3 months probation period, no contractual obligation to replace them applies. You are now out of pocket. Everyone, go back and read the clauses in your existing contract with your recruiters and agitate to change it. I think 60 days should be the period rather than 30, because you can't tell anything much about the potential problems in such a brief span. Is this going to be the new reality? I've written before about leaders having to brace themselves to deal with underperformance and low levels of ability by their new hires. This is another level up in the degree of difficulty we'll be facing. The core reasons are the same. We just cannot get people. Will we have to make some severe choices here? Will we say to ourselves, am I better off having someone with mental health problems and then try and deal with that problem rather than having no one on board and have the other issues associated with a lack of resources? Do we have to learn how to accommodate the needs of new hires with mental health problems and just accept that they may disappear for extended periods of time? A lot of talk today about having diversity, equity, inclusion inside companies. This is a way to invigorate the organisation by enabling it to tap into creativity and innovation through promoting diverse thinking and ideas. Does this approach extend people with mental health issues? Part of DEI is providing a psychologically safe environment where people can feel empowered to contribute in their own way. Is the logical extension of this idea creating an environment where staff with mental health issues can feel safe and able to perform their roles without having to retreat to sick leave to recover? There's a lot of attention now on harassment of various types in the workplace. Bosses scolding staff, yelling at them in public, pressuring people for results, etc., are getting flagged as potential harassment. For a lot of old school bosses dragged up by the scruff of their necks in the tough love school of business hard knocks, that would be me, this is almost like a joke. Increasingly, companies are not treating it as a joke. HR will be making the rounds to talk to bosses who are having claims of power harassment made against them. The pressure on bosses for results doesn't diminish, by the way, so the navigation of this issue is becoming increasingly more difficult. Find out more when we come back from the break. Today's show is brought to you by our public courses, but we also are doing custom in-house programs. We do these in both Japanese and English. We do them face-to-face in our super safe classroom, and we do them live online. Our show today is being brought to you by, on the 6th of July, our High Impact Presentations course. Excellent program. The amount of feedback and coaching you get in this program is unmatched, and the level of coaching and feedback is unmatched, and you get tons of it. 2 days in the main modules, wall-to-wall feedback, coaching, one-on-one, incredible program. If you want to become much better at presenting, much more confident, you need to do this course. On the 13th of July, we're doing our Dale Carnegie course. If you need to be better with people, if you need to be a better communicator, if you need to be a better leader, if you need to get rid of your stress, if you need to change mindset, become more flexible, really work on yourself, this is the program for you. It's an all-round program, hits many highs, but very, very effective. Go to our website at www.dale, D-A-L-E, Carnegie, CARNEGIE.co.jp. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, which in Japanese is Zaegyo. This is the Bible for selling in Japan. Japan Business Mastery, Japan Presentations Mastery, plus Stop Wasting Money on Training, which in Japanese is Training de Okane o Muru ni Sunu wa Yamimashou, and all are available on Amazon. If you like learning by watching videos, we have nearly 2,000 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's the premier business show on Japan every Monday, Tokyo time. Fridays, we have the Japan Business Mastery Show, and on Saturdays, we release Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders from small, medium enterprises all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. You can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. Okay, where were the psychologically safe environments for me when I was being pressured by my bosses for results as I was growing up in business? There were none. So the issue is, how do I adjust my expectations for this current reality? I'm sure many bosses recall their own experiences in tough times thinking young people are weak and indulgent. What do these bosses make of people with mental health issues wanting to work in their companies? I'm asking for a friend. Many of us are adjusting our expectations, communication, and manner to accommodate this cohort of young people. They come to us with different ideas to what we knew as our reality. We do this because we have few choices about who we can hire these days. This generation seems needy. which is starkly different from our own experiences? Do we have to make a further adjustment and accommodate people with mental health issues? We still cannot get people. So we're making hard choices. Are we trained for this type of thing? Are we flexible enough to make the necessary changes? Let me tell you a joke to illustrate the point. I tell people that Japanese staff love change. The listeners look at me like I am totally nuts. I then tell them the punchline. The staff want the boss, colleagues, clients, markets, and organization to change, and they are firm they will stay just the same. Is this us, the modern crop of senior bosses? Do we want everyone else to change, but we want to stay exactly the same? Do we want to keep leading as we always have, as if nothing has changed in society? Is that even possible today? Let me know what you think. And all clever ideas are welcome. Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan series. If you found the program useful, then tell your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. You can contact me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Our website is www.dale-carnegie.co.jp. Until the next episode, take what you thought valuable, put it into action, because idea application is what makes winners winners. So be one of them. Remember, I'm in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.